Hello and welcome to this edition of Irish Basketball Monthly. Here's what's coming up on the show. We're at UCD Sports Centre for SuperLeague action as UCD Marian take on Killester. NUI Galway hosted the Galway Masters this month and our cameras were there to take it all in. We'll also look at Galway's thriving basketball community and talk to some of the people behind it. There's more from our player profile series as well as some top coaching tips from the SuperLeague's finest. And your chance to win a weekend break courtesy of the Moran and Beauties Hotel Group. But first, it's the Nivea for Men Super League game between UCD Marian and Killester. The last time these two sides met, UCD Marian ran out easy winners 84-61. So can Killester close the gap and maybe pull off a shock? Will Downey was watching this one for us.
Largely score for score so far. UCD Marian and home court in the blue, leading by 3 points against Killester, who are looking to bring things up with Kieran Rowe, who stepped up from the under-20 ranks, has been very effective as a senior player in the Killester team. Plays it out to Neil Doyle, who has a try for three. It'll rebound, it'll be an offensive rebound, and Paddy Sullivan will score and will make it a one-point game. And they kept their sharpness up front when the long attempt from outside the three-point line was missed by Neil Doyle. It was a good try though. Connor James for UCD Marian. Went for it, missed the board. But they hold their advantage of one, but with the likes of Michael Westbrooks around and the man of the ball here, Puff Summers, they can't allow too much slackness. Summers for Westbrooks, for Summers, leaps inside, super score, and Killester are in front. Well, expect a lot from him. He's been all around the country and the world, played in North Carolina with Davidson College and has been in action in Australia last summer, but now his side are behind. Excellent score, set up by Niall Meany. It bounced and eventually dropped. Thought about it a long time, the effort by John Galvin. Kieran Rowe to bring it back up court again. Killester hanging on by one at the moment in this second quarter. Entertaining stuff so far, score for score. Rowe with support out wide again from Westbrook, son of you-know-who. Rebounded away, it was a long speculative try for a three-pointer. Cathal Finn from Galway, spreading it up. Here goes John Galvin, support. Again out wide from Niall Meany, close to the sideline. Galvin again. Back for Cathal Finn, near halfway. Played a long time alongside Liam Conroy at Murray. But it's turnover, Paddy Sullivan. Now out shout to bring it on, the former Ireland under-18 international. Rowe again. Foul called. Killester doing their best to hold their advantage for now, which they have lost now. In comes John Galvin, the professional from Connecticut. It was a very, very good score. Killester's turn to respond largely. Ebb and flow, score for score, tit for tat. But the side in blue just narrowly edging it for now, but for how long? That was for how long? Good scoring by Westbrooks, and Killester have the advantage again by one. Makings of a good lively encounter. Cathal Finn had support to his left-hand side out wide, aim for Conor Meany, couldn't find him. There's the turnover, and no buzzer beater. Killester lead at half-time. Taken away. Marian have got Galvin in a good position. Just inside the two-point zone. Nobody's really picked up Connor James yet. Over his head, comes out towards Conor Meany again. Very, very good try. Oh, that's an excellent score. Marian lead by 2. Taken out by Kieran Rowe. This is Michael Westbrooks again. Influential along with Summers, as you would expect. Very bad turnover there. UCD take it away. Galvin trying to skip in. Kevin Foley diving over. From the line, Kevin Foley can't at the first. But the second is it. UCD Marian lead by 3. Cathal Rowe to bring it through. Lovely score by Puff Summers. Killester to within a point of UCD again. Excellent contest. And the winners of this nowhere near being determined yet. John Galvin hold back. Liam Conroy picks it up from the sideline. Another Galway native who top scored with Murray for 2 seasons in a row when they won those back-to-back under-20 National Cups, 2010, 2011. Puff Summers all the way back, sets up Owen Chubb. There were chances, but they were not taken. And Leicester's opportunity of taking the lead slipped away too. A high percentage of accurate goal attempts from both UCD Marian and Killester so far. Conor James, brother of Dan, who's also in the side. Conor Meaney. Always looked wayward that from out wide from Liam Conroy. So now they've both missed one apiece in succession, so this could be Killester finally taking their turn, and they've done so through Alan Casey. Away by Kevin Foley. Killester leading by 2. Still so tight in this final quarter. Worked hard, Kevin Foley, got inside the paint and scored to tie it up at 59. 59. Well in the balance now. Puff Summers. Westbrook's pointed away with his thumb. Glorious score! What a three-pointer by Kieran Rowe. And Killester lead by 3. Liam Conroy being held up by Rowe. Turning out to be a big star of this encounter. Wide for Meaney, found by Matt Kelly, and turnover again, and Puff Summers has picked it up for Killester here. Well, they could really try and punish UCD Marian here. Robbie Clark moving it on. All the way in! And Killester have a 5-point lead thanks to number 5. All his own work. Picked it up from deep. Former Irish under-18, under-20 international. And Killester's advantage is now very strong. 2.5 to go. Puff Summers, Westbrooks, mesmerising, but not in. Maybe on the rebound, it came for Owen Chubb. The early effort by Alan Casey was missed. Very good steal. Long by Liam Conroy, too long. Couldn't find Niall Meaney. Tentative times and tense. UCD Marian still have a path back into this game. Conor Meaney has nipped it back by 2. Rowe all the way in, and Killester's lead suddenly shoots up to 9 points. Conor Meaney looking to bring it home. Well, it remains score for score despite that margin. Every time Killester look as if they open up a huge lead, UCD Marian nibble at it. 37 seconds to go. To the line, Kieran Rowe. At least he got the second. 8-point differential, 3 scores between them. Cathal Finn, Matt Kelly. And the longer they take, the lesser the chances are. Niall Meaney tries it long, the rebound away. It's a defensive rebound, and that will just about do it for Killester surely now. Puff Summers bring it away. Past Conor Meaney, draws the foul. Summers gets the first. And the second is good too. 10 points the margin. And Killester have done their job very effectively well here this evening. Conor Meaney will have a pop, but it will be too little too late. Rebound. Just a statistic. Michael Westbrooks has the ball in his grasp at the end, and Killester win by 10, beating UCD Marian on the road, 74-64.
Honestly, I think, you know, that we executed better offensively than them. They, down the stretch, missed a couple of baskets you would have expected them to make. We did well. They gave us a couple of free throws down the stretch, like, you know, intentional fouls, which made it a wee bit easier for us.
I think we just came together as a team. You know, we always have a strong belief in our team and our players, and so it's just about, you know, not giving up and keep fighting.
Hugely disappointing. We've been, I don't know, so inconsistent all season. We have no idea what's going to happen each time we come out and play at the moment. So we beat them last week and they played last night, so we thought we had a good shot at them, especially on our home court, and just didn't come out to play at the start and kind of took ourselves too long to get going. So really frustrated at the moment, to be honest.
It's always nice to be at UCD. You know, the crowd started getting into it a little bit at the end of the game, and you know, it's always fun to come in here and get a win.
Coming up after the break, we check out the Galway Masters, and later in the show there's your chance to win a weekend break courtesy of the Moran and Beauties Hotel Group.
Want to join in the fun and play basketball? There are currently 1,700 schools with 26,000 students and 229 clubs with 15,000 players taking part. So make sure to find your local school or club on the Basketball Ireland Club Finder.
Welcome back. We're in NUI Galway this month to see teams from all over the world compete in the men's over 40 and women's over 35 Galway Masters tournament. We spoke to organisers James Hanley and Mike Murray to find out how it all came about.
Basically, I would have travelled to some tournaments in Britain and Italy and wherever, and we always decided that we'd love to have people come back to Ireland to actually play. So we decided last year that we'd try and run it in Galway, and it just went from there.
A lot of it centred around lads that were playing in Galway, and they went on various tours. They might have gone to Italy or might have gone to Spain, and this happened over a few years with teams that maybe play on a Monday or a Sunday morning. And then eventually we decided, you know, that we're going to have to run a tournament in Galway for ourselves. So it really developed from that, just from the lads playing together and wanting to have a tournament based in Galway. I think we were actually taken aback as to how successful the first tournament was. I mean, everyone really enjoyed it, and we put a lot of effort into the organisation, because it's one thing that guys playing Masters, you know, ladies playing over 35 or men playing over 40, I mean, they want a quality tournament. So they want timings to be correct, they want to have some water, they want to have a physio. It's a lot different to young guys playing, you know, their expectations are much higher. So what we wanted to do was deliver a quality tournament that the guys would enjoy, not get hurt, and then have a good social side to. And then to come back, and of course, you know, after the last tournament was so good, we were just, you know, blown away, and they wanted another one, so we said, we'll do it.
The thing that helped us also was we raised a lot of money for Alzheimer's last year, and that side of it saw that we were actually able to run for a charity and make some money for a charity. So from that point of view, we said, yeah, it'd be lovely to do it again for a different charity.
We were approached recently by the committee of the Galway Masters, and they had seen us on a recent programme of Secret Millionaire, and they thought that we were a worthwhile charity and decided to nominate us as their charity for this year's tournament. So we're absolutely indebted to them for this opportunity, and very grateful that they decided to pick us. It's a wonderful opportunity for us to, I suppose, generate some autism awareness and keep it to the forefront of people's minds. And you know, we were also benefited from the funds generated at the raffle last night. So we're incredibly grateful for that opportunity. I think about €1,600 was raised, so that makes an enormous difference to us. And we're trying to develop a respite programme for some families in need at the moment, so that's where we'll probably earmark those funds for.
The Galway Masters welcomes players who have different experiences and backgrounds in the sport. In the month that saw Barack Obama elected for his second term as United States President, the tournament featured a player who knew Mr. Obama for more than just his White House duties.
I went to college in Southern California at Occidental, and that's where President Obama started his collegiate career. He was only there for 1 year. We played what was called noon ball. The professors and the students would get together during lunch hour. And he went by Barry back then, by the way. He didn't, I don't know if he had a preference, but I never knew him as Barack. It was Barry Obama. He's a lefty, you know, he actually was fairly slight. So, you know, he would slash to the basket and going to his left, you know, that's not typical, and you know, most folks play to the right side, so that was a strength for him. He was good, he could play.
Participants come from all over the globe to compete in the tournament, so what is it that attracts players to the west of Ireland?
One of our players heard about the tournament last year, which I think was the first Galway tournament, and we came over, enjoyed ourselves. It was an over 40s tournament last year. We were a bit out of our depth, you know, too many years on from our opponents. But this year they added an over 50s category, and we came back and really enjoyed it.
It was a nice gathering of everyone together again. There was a lot of, you know, jokes and things between different groups of different nationalities, and it was a good experience. The games, again, a nice experience of playing with other nationalities and in a different place, a bit cold for us, because we left more than 23 degrees wearing shorts, and we came here and got the shock of our lives.
What we like to think of it is we're all like-minded people that love basketball. We just love basketball. A lot of us coach as well. We all play naturally. Badly or goodly, we still play, like, you know, so yeah, it's just a lot of like-minded people getting together for a weekend, playing some ball and having some social outing as well.
Basketball is so big in the United States at all age groups, but I don't think anything compares to the organization and the level of participation internationally that you have here. I would say this is much more organized than even the stuff in the States.
But it's not just basketball that creates such a great buzz around the Galway Masters. The social side off the court is arguably as important to what makes the event such a success.
The social side to it is actually almost more important than the games. The ball is very important, but then meeting old friends and, you know, forging links with, let's say, teams that have come from abroad, like, you know, the Maltese and the Strathclyde guys and the Americans, and it's really making connections that we can then go abroad and play ball abroad as well with like-minded people.
I think it's just remaining involved. There's a wee bit of ego that you can still play the game. You sometimes wonder whether, if you saw it in film, what it would look like, but on the court you feel yourself, you're moving just the way you did in the past. But there's the involvement, and there's also the social side of it. And the more you play against the other teams, the more you get to know them. It's really very pleasant, yeah.
We made a lot of friends, a lot of contacts in Italy and in Ireland and Scotland, so we're looking forward to taking advantage of those contacts, and at the same time it gave our group a more of togetherness, you know, for 3 days together, you know.
With the Galway Masters being an even bigger success this year, one would assume that plans are already being put into place for next year.
We'll take a rest now for a few weeks and we'll start thinking about next year, but definitely it's planned for next year. Court is booked, hotel is booked, so we'll be back. 3rd annual Galway Masters International Tournament.
Yeah, it will go ahead. The problem is our venues. You know, it's amazing that we cannot do any more in relation to teams, because we would have to bring it out and bring it to a different gym, which we don't want, because then you lose that centre of activity and that hive to get people together. So we don't want to go that big, but we've had 20 teams this weekend, so 20 teams is where it's possibly going to be at and remain. But yeah, it will be. There will be another Galway International Tournament next year, without a doubt.
Now we've heard from the people involved with the Galway Masters, let's check in with some of the action from the final day.
The men's over 50s final paired Strathclyde of Scotland and Dublin side Rathmines. After a tight encounter, Rathmines beat off their Celtic brethren by 8 points, 32-24, the winning score. The final game of the weekend on Court 1 saw a very star-studded Irish All-Stars team take on Kerry in the men's over 40 final. The Irish All-Stars, consisting of the likes of UL Eagles coach Mark Keenan and legendary former internationals Jerome Westbrooks and Damien Seeley, went into the second half with a 16-12 advantage. And despite a fighting display from the Kingdom, the Irish All-Stars taking the title of 2012 Galway Masters Men's Over 40 champions. The final scoreline 39-33, thanks to a superb display by Seeley, who netted his team's final 9 scores.
The intelligence is still there how to play the game, but the bodies just don't do what the mind wants you to do sometimes. But it's great fun. It really is a great fun, great weekend. So, as I say, we're all chuffed, delighted.
Over on court 2, the ladies' final, a contest between Meteors and Wild Rovers. A dominant first half display by Rovers, one that Meteors would want to forget. Trailing at half-time by 22 points to 1 at the break, Rovers' fine scoring form continued into the second, and despite Meteors putting back another 15 points, no trouble in the end for Wild Rovers, crowned the 2012 Galway Masters ladies' champions.
We worked very hard all weekend. We worked hard, played hard, and got a good result out of it all. So very, very pleased. Our first time in the tournament as a team together, and hopefully many more to come.
Coming up in part 3, we'll be checking out the local scene in Galway and taking in Moycullen's Super League match with the Saints. And your chance to win a weekend break courtesy of the Moran and Beauties Hotel Group. Stay with us. Over the last number of years, Galway's basketball scene has gone from strength to strength across the board. We caught up with some people involved in running and promoting the game in the county.
There's been a big development in underage basketball in Galway over the last maybe 10 or 15 years. It's been a serious improvement compared to about 10 or 15 years ago. We would have been a lot behind the likes of Dublin, Cork, Kerry. They would have been the strongholds of basketball. And over the last 10 or 15 years, Galway has caught up to those big centres of basketball. And there's a variety of reasons for that. I mean, the development of clubs, but I think you can almost put it down to just a few individuals who have put a huge amount of time and effort in.
One of these individuals entrusted with the development of the underage game is Tom O'Malley, head coach of the Bish in Galway City.
I suppose when I got involved in basketball 30 years ago, schools, it was a similar model to what's in the United States at the moment, where schools are a big structure of it. So I was attracted to schools basketball as a teacher. I know the rewards in sport in school and how students, how they benefit from sport. And school for me would be a lot duller place without sport, in particular basketball. Coaching basketball is very interactive. So I just enjoy being involved in sport, and it's great fun as well. There's an explosion in basketball, and kids want to be part and parcel of that. It doesn't need a lot of selling, and the best athletes in the world are playing it in many cases, and the celebrities in places like LA with the Lakers, it's full of celebrities following it, so I think it can sell itself pretty easily. In 3 consecutive years we won 3 All-Ireland titles with the same team, and that was very special. We won the final with ease, and we could enjoy it from half-time. We could enjoy it in the arena. I thought that was very special. It takes character to win 3 All-Irelands. Talent to win you 1, but character to win 3. I think The boys under 15 inter-regional boys recently won the inter-regional tournament, and to see Adrian O'Neill and Ross Conboy, both students of mine, both players of mine, both West regional players, and to see the two of them hugging one another with 10 seconds to go, and you see another generation taking on from where we left off, that was sort of special. I suppose the funniest of all, if I was to look at a funny moment in schools basketball, there was a moment when I was invited to the States to meet the President of the United States at a function, and it clashed with a first-year basketball tournament in Limerick, and I had to cancel the function in America, and the Americans could not grasp that and still can't.
With more and more girls interested in getting on the court, coaches like Joe Shields of Calasanctius and Oranmore have the job of facilitating an ever-growing number of players in the school system.
For all school coaches, there's a level, because like the schools, you have the schools A, B, C and D, so everybody gets to compete, you know, and they'll find their own level. Like in the region here, we have 32 girls' schools, and there's 9 regions in the country, so if you just sort of multiply that out, it's a lot of schools playing basketball. It's the fastest growing indoor sport in female participation in the country. I think sometimes maybe it's because their friends are playing, and as I said already, the levels mightn't be as high as club stuff. So they get to compete and they get to enjoy it and get to travel a little bit as well. So, you know, it's all the fun stuff. The thing about here is we sort of tend to produce players and then they sort of go away to college and Dublin, Cork, all over the place. But now with the NUIG Mystics, which is now the new rebranded Division 1 team in Galway, we hopefully will have a platform for all the girls to actually be able to go and compete at, and the plan there is that within 3 years we hope to be SuperLeague.
There's about 5 clubs around Galway that are around the same level, but none of us were strong enough to compete by ourselves. So the top few players from each club joined together and formed the new Mystics team, and the college have become involved as well, and we've got a new coaching system and everything, so it's really good.
I'm confident that we're going to keep up the good work. We definitely have a lot of potential to do good things, so it's a very bright season for us, I see. So
I've never played with an American before, and some of the girls, even the other girls on the team, more experienced, were people I looked up to when I was younger, like Nasa O'Keefe, like would have, you know, watched her playing on TV and stuff. So it's great, and people like Gretchen coming in. She really ups every training session. She's so intense, and it really has boosted the team a lot.
I would say the main difference playing here versus the United States is it's definitely a little bit faster back home, but here it's definitely a more team-based atmosphere. The community's involved. It's really good to be coaching at a clinic and invite everybody to come to the games, and they all show up. So it's really good to have the support of the entire community. So I can't say the same back home unless it's, you know, a major team, then, you know, but even the smaller teams, local teams, they get just as much credit. So I think it's really great.
Future definitely looks bright. There's more and more children playing from early age in all the clubs around. Even my home club at home, I coach a few teams, and you know there'll be like 20 more people at training every week. You know, so I think it's really bright, the future of women's basketball in Ireland.
In men's Division 1 basketball, Galway City's Titans Basketball Club has seen great growth since its inception in 2003. But founder Joe Coughlin revealed to us that despite its current success, it was from humble beginnings the Titans came about.
I wasn't aware of club basketball going on in Galway City in about 2003, 2004, and a group of young people, for our national lads, were over on the west side playing outdoor, and they were getting a lot of hassle from kids locally who were into soccer and other things. And so they said, look, can we have a club? I said, there are plenty of clubs in Galway, and they said to me, well, there's none in Galway City. And I stopped and I thought, and so I was coaching a bunch of men at the time, 15 men, and I asked them if they would coach these kids, and all 15 said they would, and actually 18 showed up on the first day, coaches, but only 8 kids. So the following week we had 32 kids, and the following week we had 108 kids, and we have 250 kids now. We have 450 members altogether, so it's grown a lot. But we've 19 nationalities. We've stuck to that whole thing of multicultural and openness and all that. We've 28 teams altogether. We've a wheelchair team, we've a homeless team, we've asylum seekers team. Out there tonight, you're seeing a guy from Somalia playing basketball, National League. I mean, it's fantastic. When you win something, then you have to start thinking of SuperLeague or something different. And you know, we'll follow whatever our members want to do, but that's a big outlay, I think. And then could you still provide for 28 teams in the same way if you have putting into one team. You know, that's my own past experience of working in other clubs. So I'd like us to win for the sake of the lads who've hung in there a long time, but I'd say there's guys to hang up their boots and say, done that, or what else is there next? So to say when the objectives of a group have been met, that the individuals in that group then start looking to their own needs being met. So the team might break up if we do that. There's lots of other things happen. So I'd like to keep us together, keep the club. It's a flagship team for us. The kids are looking forward to it and they're enjoying it out there, you know.
This month, Galway's Moycullen hosted the DCU Saints at the NUI Arena. During the game, we caught up with Frank Cashman, chairman of the Galway Area Board, to discuss the state of Galway basketball.
As chairman of the area board, I'm very aware that this season we have difficulty with facilities for all the people who want to play basketball in the city. We have added new clubs, we've added new teams. People have come back into the game who had retired from the game. We have multinational, I suppose, competition both inside the clubs, where we have the immigrant population into Galway playing, and also a Polish club who plays in our local league. So all in all, I would say yes, the growth of basketball in Galway is healthy, and we look forward to continue growing.
With Moycullen behind 53-55 at the end of the third quarter, we spoke to Hawley Dowd, secretary of Moycullen, to get some background on a club that boasts over 22 teams and 300 members.
I suppose it all started a good few years ago when just a few people were interested in getting some alternative sports for kids to play. Started off, just a few more people got involved. Ultimately, there was a big deal when we put our first team into a junior Galway league competition, and it was maybe, I think, 2 seasons in before they won a game. So, it built from there. Then we had our National League team, and it seemed a natural evolution then to go to SuperLeague, Clearly, because we're a community-based team, we get a lot of support. Even when we've gone on runs with very few wins, while we've been competitive in a lot of them, people have continued to come in and support us. So we've got our own local Moycullen community, which is good, but there's a good basketball community in Galway as well, who appreciate really good basketball being played. And people come in, even when we don't win, to come in and watch some of the best players in the country played is always nice.
So how would Moycullen fare against their Dublin visitors? We'll join the action in the fourth quarter with the Galway side behind 53-57. Will Downing is your commentator.
DCU only led by 3 points at the end of the second quarter. There were 2 points up at the end of the third. Similar scoreline at the end of the first. Now they don't have a lead at all. Sullivan in to score again. He's on 23 points and we are locked at 57 apiece. Michael Champ for DCU Saints. Need to respond now. Pat Glover, 10 points so far in this contest, all coming in that third quarter. But what a steal. Paddy Lyons saw it coming. It's a decent try by Pat Sullivan. That is superb. 3-point game, deep in the final quarter. Moycullen finally getting the noses in front. Can they keep it there? It's out with Kid Nihel, and that's superb. It's a 5-point lead for Moycullen, and DCU Saints have their biggest deficit of the night at NUIG. Time for a change. Pat Glover going in. It's his first score of the final quarter. Salva Camps, player coach, joined last year out wide. Nihil has another try. Absolutely fantastic. Final seconds. DCU Saints could snatch it with the three-pointer. 2 more than likely would send us into overtime, potentially. Emmett Donnelly, how all of his international experience with Ireland's needed now. Pat Glover trying to slip inside, had a second bite. Emmett Donnelly again. Here's Glover. That's a brilliant attempt. 68 all, timeout called. Still winnable. One final phase of play for Moycullen to snatch it at the end, and it's Cian Nihil. But the shot clock's running down, and Pat Sullivan tried the buzzer beater but couldn't get it. We are going to overtime, 68 all. Stephen Tumman, support from Paddy Lyons, and this is Cian Nihill. Paul O'Brien. Back for Nihill, being shadowed by Keith Anderson. Young player of the year last season. They might attempt something long here, and this is Pat Sullivan with a buzzer beater and a three-pointer and a magnificent score. Moycullen lead by 3. DCU Saints looking to respond. Pat Glover, player of the month for October, averaged 17 points a game during that spell. He's close to that mark here, and it was a good layoff. Emmett Donnelly's in to score. Tied up at 73 all in overtime. Cian Nihill had as an option to the left Paddy Lyons, but takes on Keith Anderson, looks to keep going. And in again by Pat Sullivan. Unstoppable in overtime. Saints need something here. They're 2 points down. It's been score for score so far in the additional minutes. Maybe they'll come from long range here, but it won't. Rebounded away, a long attempt which didn't really look as if it was going to drop. Forcing his way back, Owen Quill. 16 points so far, the member of the guy this year corner. But now maybe Pat Sullivan. He scored and he drew the foul as well. Well, how did he manage that from that angle? To the free throw line we go. Pat Sullivan has scored 36 points so far. Didn't get that one, but look at the rebound. Cian Nihill. They could have got the extra bonus point, but they've 2 instead. Cian Nihill's up to 14. Moycullen still hanging on by 2. Whoever wins this will be well worthy of it, and it's looking like Moycullen now, because Paul O'Brien has scored a brilliant three-pointer. Owen Quill's attempt, a worthy try, but not enough. DCU Saints down by 7. And from here on in, we're going to the free throw line, no matter where the fouls are happening. Paul O'Brien, that magnificent three-pointer a few moments ago, tried to add 1 to the collection. Supported by James O'Brien. That's in. 9-point game. Paul O'Brien now with 8 points. Taken away by Michael Chubb. Well, they need a few three-pointers, lots of 2s. But they are not coming for DCU Saints now. Pat Sullivan missed the first attempt. This the second to round things off. They've just about sealed it now. The lead is 9 points, and Pat Sullivan has scored 40. Magnificent campaign from him tonight. The attempt by Keith Anderson is all in vain. And possession play from Moycullen to round off the clock. They've won it in overtime, 88-79. What a win that was in Galway tonight. 9 points margin in the end. And it was epic stuff.
Oh, the games are great, especially in front of this attentive TV cameras, and we had a lot of people come out to support us. It was great to play well in front of the supporters. Great team effort today. It started a little slow, but we got into it very well, and great team effort.
Join us after the break for some more in our player profile series, as well as some top skills tips, and your chance to win a weekend break courtesy of the Moran and Bewley's Hotel Group.
Want to join in the fun and play basketball? There are currently 1,700 schools with 26,000 students and 229 clubs with 15,000 players taking part. So make sure to find your local school or club on the Basketball Ireland Club Finder.
Keith Anderson, DCU Saints, shooting guard. Kevin Durant. Kev Foley from UCD. Pat Glore. Michael Joe. Kobe Bryant. The Green Mile. Fair enough. Kim Kardashian, a bottle of Coke, and my laptop. Mince and tatties.
What's that?
It's like a Scottish stew. You miss all the shots that you don't take. My dad, because we were so bad. Getting to hang with all the friends, playing with your best friends all the time, that's the best part.
Earlier we saw the stars of UCD Marian taking on Killester in their Super League tie, but now let's see how they got on with their half-court shots.
Niall Mooney, UCD Marian.
My name is Renatus Make Baskets and I play for UCD Marian. Carl Finn. Matt Kelly. Liam Conrad, sweeper. My bad. Kev Foley, UCD Marian power guard. At Conor Meany, follow me. John Galvin, centre, UCD Marian. Right room. Don James. Rafael Burgos. Conor James, UCD Marian.
Now it's the part of the show where some of the country's top coaches share their expertise with us.
Hi, I'm Adrian Fulton from Belfast Star, and today we'll be talking about on-the-ball defence. Now, one of the rules that we give our players is when you pick up the ball and I'm guarding you, you're the point guard, right, I want to turn you twice in the backcourt, all right? So that's the little drill we're going to work on right now. So it'll be 1v1, all right? Now, obviously, it's a defensive drill, so the offensive player isn't trying to burn him, all right? So be nice to these guys, all right? You're the guard, you're the big guys, be nice to them. So we're going to try and turn him twice in the front court, all right? And then when you get up the floor, all right, just keep him to one side of the floor, all right? Matt, I'll hold that ball there, all right? So we'll have Stephen, you're up first, all right? Connor's going to guard him, all right? So we're looking to turn him twice. Once you get beyond the halfway line, Connor, try and keep him to this side of the floor. Yeah, ready, go. Turn him, good. Good, and keep him there, well done. And stop, very good. All right, now Connor did a really nice job there because he was dictating to Stephen where he wanted Stephen to go, all right? Stephen was going this way here, and Connor wasn't happy just to stay in his defensive stance. All right, do it again, Steve. All right, just walk through it. So we're going here. Connor jumped. He jumped in front of him, all right, to try to make Stephen turn and go this way here. And that's important because if Connor just slides with him, just slide with him this time, Connor. If he just slides with him, all right, a good point guard's very comfortable with this here. No big deal to him, all right? He wants he wants the player on the ball to feel as uncomfortable as possible. Conor wants Stephen to think about, right, taking care of the basketball. All right, we don't want this guy thinking, all right, who am I going to pass the ball to? All right, am I going to shoot? All right, who's open? All right, you want him to think about, I got to take care of this ball here. All right, you understand that? So nice job there. Turn him twice again, Conor. Ready? Go. Good jump to the ball. Good jump. Turn him. Good. And keep him there. Very good. Nice job. Nice job. Right, the stuff we've done so far has basically been on point guard stuff and up in the backcourt. Right now, we want to deal with a player on the perimeter. All right, so this man's caught the ball. All right, and obviously this will tie into what we're doing with our team. But right now, Matt doesn't want to be in a position where, we said this before, Stephen can say, well, I'm going to shoot the ball, I'm going to pass. All right, we want to make him think about taking care of the ball. All right, so the position we want to be in right now is, I have to be in a position where get him out of his triple threat. Get him out of his triple threat. We talk about triple threat. Right now, Stephen can shoot it. All right, he can pass it, he can dribble. Well, right now here is, I want my hand up on the ball. All right, because if he goes to shoot it, all right, I'm right there. He has to adjust to get it away. He has to adjust. All right, he has to adjust. So first thing is, make sure he adjusts. All right. The second thing is, if we can, we get our hand this way here to try and get him out and force him towards this here, towards the baseline side. Alrighty, so throw your hands up in the air. Good, 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 and stop. Very good. Nice job. Offense to defense. Pass, hand up in the air. Very good. Top side. Good. Super. Hand up. Good. And stop. All right. Now, Stephen, go back there again. Conor, you got him this time. On the closeout this time. On the closeout. It's a little bit more advanced now. A little bit more advanced. If this player here, right, pivots this way, right, we don't want him coming back to the middle, because most players will think about fake here and coming back with the crossover. So come to me, Conor. If I do that, right, get this foot higher than this foot here. Get this foot higher than this foot. It means that I have to go this way. And as we both know, if I lift that back foot, that's going to be a travel. So if I do this here, all right, make sure, because you'll have no problem recovering that way. Don't let me, all right, don't let me be here and step down. Don't let me do this here. So don't get beaten to the middle. Don't get beaten to the middle. All right, Conor, you can start with the ball down there and close Stephen out. Hands up, ball pressure. Good, top side, good. Very good. And that's a wrap. That was excellent.
Your company, the Moran and Beauties Hotel Group, are partnered with Basketball Ireland. Tell us a bit about your association with them.
We're on a 3-year sponsorship, and we feel that it adds value to our product. We're delighted to be associated with Basketball Ireland, with their work with children right up from grassroots to develop the sport as a whole throughout the country.
And you've got a big prize to give away.
We do. What we're looking for is for people to follow the Basketball Ireland on Twitter throughout the month of December until the 21st. So if people go on to Twitter for Basketball Ireland and follow, they'll be in with a shout for the prize.
To be in with the chance to win this prize, follow Basketball Ireland on Twitter before 6 p.m. on December 21st. And congratulations to last month's competition winner, Rebecca Barker, who won an Apple iPad courtesy of Nivea Ireland. For all the latest information from Super League to schools basketball and everything in between, make sure to bookmark Basketball Ireland's website, www.basketballireland.ie, your go-to guide for the season. For the chance to win exclusive prizes throughout the season while getting the latest news from basketball around the country, remember to follow the official Basketball Ireland Twitter account @bballirl and like the Facebook page www.facebook.com/BBIreland. Thanks for joining us for this edition of Irish Basketball Monthly. Make sure to tune in again next time.